there was this experiment that was conducted,
Okay.
whereby they took a bunch of fleas and put it into a container. I think
Okay.
you can see it online. It's quite popular on social media.
Okay.
And they covered that container.
Uh-huh.
So the fleas will never, because of the barrier, the fleas know that that is the container lah. Now, interestingly enough, when they removed that container cap, the fleas never came out. They never came out from that what they thought was a barrier there.
The ceiling.
The ceiling, right?
Yep.
Now, in my experience with the Indian youth, when I was used to work with EWRF and the Amma Foundation and all that, what I noticed is that the Indian youth in Malaysia have a false perception of who they are, especially the B40. Even in the M40s, I've seen many Indians like that. They are insecure about themselves because they feel, because you're like what you said, it's a 67-year issue, right? From the time, as far as I can remember, either they hear Indians complaining about the government doesn't care for them, or they hear Indians saying that Indians are not good, they are gangsters, they won't do this, they won't do that. When the truth is, there are a lot of successful Indians, people such as yourself, okay, who have made a mark for yourself in Malaysia, okay? Do you think that leaders like yourself, YB Saraswati, even I include in this pool, who oftentimes point out the problems only, do you think that your rhetoric is also part of the problem? That the problem with these Indian kids is not that they don't have the opportunity, but they don't believe enough in themselves to get that opportunity.
Okay, good point. Prior to this, right? We spoke all of this in Tamil, and it has always been revolving in the community, the Indian community. You know about this. Your parents know about this. Your neighbors, all Indians know about this issue. But truthfully, I do not think this message went to the leaders, the government leaders, who are mostly Malays, mostly Chinese, who didn't understand this. That's why I started to advocate and speak about Indian issues in Malay, because I want them to hear about our issues. I want them to understand that we have this problem going, this neglect going. Like you said just now, this systematic neglect over the years is what has created this invisible ceiling for us.
Yeah.
And we have to break it for them. I will tell you, I got lucky that I managed to came up from an estate to where am I today. But that is not the same for many other people.
Correct.
Now, as a good leader, you are not just supposed to be outspoken about it, you're supposed to bring them out together as well. Right now, where at the chair that I'm currently sitting, I can speak about things. I'm doing small things on a small scale, but I can currently speak about this with the hope that Indian leaders or even the Malay leaders in the government take notice and do interventions. If they don't do interventions, trust me, they will not be in the government in the future. And somebody else will come in with better policies and better ideas to take them out. I'm very sure about that.
Indian leaders currently lah. I would say the Indian leaders in the PH block are more of part of like they are more like the backbenchers.
Okay.
They are more like the supporters club.
Okay.
In Parliament you hear them,
Clap, clap.
Yeah.
Quiet.
In Parliament you can see Reyes stand up, IB Reyes stand up, bagos, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Even just today, before this podcast, I was watching a clip from Datuk Saravanan who was talking about how great Najib was, and I was like, okay, are we forgetting about 1MDB? But okay, never mind. Yes, he did. Anyway, that's a different topic, but okay. I guess everybody is free to their opinion. But my point is that, do you think the Indian youth will be better served if MIPP or even yourself, because you are, obviously your platform is bigger than MIPP, right? You have your social media presence, which is much bigger. Do you think that they will be better served if they hear success stories of Indians, that they see their brother and sisters who are the same people doing well? They think, hey, if he can do it, why can't I? Don't you think it's better that way, as opposed to us always talking about the problem and then we only focus on the problem?
It is not. Okay, so my TikTok is not just meant to speak about problems.
Yeah.
Right? First, we need to address the problem. We have to understand and agree that this is a problem.
Correct.
Next is to think about solutions. I think if you notice most of my videos nowadays, I'm talking about solutions. Like, for example, the blueprint.
Yeah.
Asking for more fundings and all these kind of things. Later on, you start to see me advocating for implementations. Right? Go out there, fix schools, get some programs for welfare, get some incubators to come in and help Indians for entrepreneurs and upskill our youth. We'll get there. As part of what we're doing in MIPP, we are doing this. We want people to understand what the issue is. I want them to understand what can be the solution. And in the future, I want to see them seeing that, hey, look, these guys are currently taking action. They're trying to do something about this. But it takes time, you see. It's a process to go. But if you've seen my videos, I think you can see that we are working on what we're saying.
Definitely. I do agree with that.